welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is very important topic of essay, public policy, international relations, political science, defense, strategic study, history, history of USA, public administration, current and national affairs, and management. The topic is define the concept of national interest. Define the concept of national interest in international relations. Today's lecture is about methods and ways to acquire national interest in its present complicated international politics. Today, I will focus on two primary methods of acquiring national interest, and remaining 5 methods will be discussed in next lectures tomorrow. Now, let us come to our main topic, because 3 lectures have been uploaded and they are available on YouTube. You can go there and listen and write. Now, the part of national interest is methods and ways for the protection of national interest. There are various methods for protection of national interest propounded by international strategists. These are coercive methods. These were propounded before the Second World War, and they are still in available books. These are coercive methods, alliance and diplomatic negotiations. The nature and scope of international relations have been transformed tremendously after the end of World Wars I and II. The method of acquiring national interest has also been transformed by change of international politics. New ways are developing and taking place in place of the old ways. These are the use of good office of the United Nations system, strategic alliance, coalition, and regional organizations, diplomatic negotiations, or diplomacy, coercive measures, economical methods, global public opinion, and wars. Above all, the Global Committee submitted to international organization decisions and regional organizations. The state realized the respect for national interest of other states as their collective interest. This perception has reduced the war among majority of countries. They also recognize the importance of international public opinion and willingly listen to it. Above all, the role of international law and the decisions of international courts of justice also proved a deterrent in international politics. Now, the first method, the use of the United Nations Forum as method of acquiring national and collective global interest. As you know, as a student of international relations or political science or any other field, as you know, before First and Second World War, there was no effective forum where one can get or talk about its problem. because it was the era of European colonial countries. Now UN has assumed authority. That's why I have placed it on first method. The UN assumed enormous prominence and moral authority after the end of inclement Cold War. The United Nations, as the world's universal organization, has become the foremost forum to address issues that go beyond national boundaries and difficult to be resolved by any one country alone. The efforts of United Nations are visible from disaster relief through education and involvement of women to peaceful uses of atomic energy. The United Nations and other bodies of United Nations played its assertive role in the elimination of nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction. You have not seen in any big war like Second World War or First World War in 75 years of its establishment. United Nations and global community exerted enormous pressure that forced the superpowers to conclude nuclear reduction treaties such as SALT, START, NPT and etc. others. Due to the preventive diplomacy and mediation used by the United Nations system to major powers and leaders of third world states diverted their attention to combat environmental degradation, poverty eradication and economic inequality, and to great extent avoiding the war as a means to settle dispute. The United Nations, since its inception in 1945, successfully safeguarded international peace, respect for human rights, international justice, and promoting economic and social progress in the world. The United Nations launched its Sustainable Development Goals and agenda that will build a more sustainable global economy and help reduce the sufferings of humanity. Only 2 decades ago, about 40% people of this third world was living in abject poverty. But the efforts of United Nations has reduced extreme poverty through the United Nations Millennium Development Goal (MDGs). The United Nations, with the collective economic assistance by global community, strives to reduce economic dependence on military blocs. The United Nations is achieving international cooperation in solving social and economic problems of humanitarian nature. The United Nations is playing its positive role to reduce human suffering and the massive economic costs of conflicts or confrontation or war. It is striving to prevent conflicts from flaring up and using diplomacy, good office and mediation in this regard. The UN through its diplomatic and expert exhortation prevails upon the states to reduce poverty and combat terrorism. The member states willingly agreed to enhance role of United Nations for their own benefit and accepted it as universal instrument against common enemy of people. The UN Charter codifies the major principles of international relations, from sovereign equality of states to the prohibition of use of force in international relations. The implementation of international law by International Court of Justice is an instrument of peaceful settlement of issues. Number two, the second method is strategic alliance, coalition, and regional organizations. Military alliances are concluded by two or more states for securing their shared interests against their adversary. In international politics, alliances make it a moral and legal obligation for the members to work collectively for the promotion of agreed common interest. The nature and scope of nature and scope of an alliance depends upon the nature of interest. Accordingly, the alliances are either military or economic in nature. Before the world wars, that is 1 and 2, European powers concluded alliances against each other. After the end of World War II, the United States and its Western allies formed military pacts or military alliances against the expanding communist ideology which were gaining ground in the world. They created military alliances like NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization on 4th April 1949, SEATO, Southeast Asian Treaty Organization, Central Treaty Organization, ANZUS of Australia, New Zealand and US. During the Cold War era, the USSR and Eastern European countries formed Warsaw and Comecon alliances against capitalist countries. The Arab League and the Muslim countries formed an alliance, Arab League and OIC, against Israel and its cohorts or its supporters. The means Western countries. Following the disintegration of USSR, new regional grouping formed. They are not military alliance but economic nature. The regional countries established various regional pacts purely for securing socio-economic benefits from each other's experience and expertise. These regional organizations collaborate in socio-economic fields and nothing to do with military affairs. The United Nations monitor by becoming its observer, cooperates with these regional blocs and extend full support to them in all fields. In present era of coexistence and confrontation, states secure their vital interests through mutual regional cooperation. The regional countries form alliance not for military purpose, but for economic and social progress, such as ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations in Southeast Asia. It has 10 members. SAARC, South Asia, Asian Association for Regional Cooperation in South Asia. ECO, Economic Cooperation Organization in Southwest Asia and Central Asia. GCC in Gulf countries. Black Sea Economic Cooperation, Caspian Sea Economic Cooperation, Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Asia by China and Russia, and many more in all sub-regions of the world. SCO is regarded as Asian NATO against US and its Western allies in the Indian and Pacific Ocean. Its 22nd summit was held in Samarkand in September 2022. Alliances and regional blocs are important means for securing national interest and surely reduce the chance of conflict or war. US has pursued a hawkish stand on China due to US and its allies' growing fear of China's increasing economic, military and technological power, which they consider a threat to their dominance and threat to their vital global interest. International politics reveals that US consider China not just as a competitor in economic fields or in technological fields, but an adversary since its establishment in 1949. China has also taken steps to counter the US strategy of containing China. Recently, US established military and economic pacts AUKUS, Australia, UK and US, and Quadrilateral Security Dialogue to contain China in Indo-Pacific region. Rising tension have started new Cold War between them with disastrous repercussions for the entire world. Despite their economic interdependence, both states are fearing a lethal confrontation. The US has embarked on a policy to contain China like it successfully contained and collapsed USSR. Global community is warning both countries or powers against lethal confrontation and pursuing them to reduce heightened tension through diplomatic channels. Now, what is AUKUS? Trilateral Security Pact between Australia, it is also a country and a continent, the United Kingdom, the illegal daughter of the US, and the United States. AUKUS and Quad is a modern shape of NATO against China and Russia. Quad Strategic Forum comprising USA, India, Australia and Japan. These are new military pacts. Wish you good luck.